Ryuto Kageyama stood at the edge of the cliff, his breath shallow, his gaze lost in the abyss below. The wind whipped through his hair, carrying the bitter scent of decay, and the earth beneath his feet felt unstable, as if it too were questioning his next move. His body was bruised, bloodied, and broken. But it wasn't the battlefield that had brought him here. It was something far darker, something that was consuming him from within. His mind was clouded with confusion, his heart weighed down by betrayal, and the darkness that had always lurked inside him was finally taking control. "Is there a point of no return?" Ryuto whispered, his voice trembling. His sword felt heavy in his grip, yet it wasn't just the weight of metal that burdened him. The eclipse was drawing closer. Power, revenge, and destruction loomed over him like an unstoppable force. Was he ready to face it? Or had he already lost himself to the darkness? Born into a world of violence, Ryuto Kageyama never knew peace. His village had been razed to the ground when he was just a child. His family, his home, everything was ripped away by merciless invaders. From that day forward, vengeance became his life. Every waking moment was spent honing his skills, sharpening his body and mind to become the perfect weapon. But as he grew older, something more sinister began to grow inside him, a darkness that seemed to take root. Every time he fought, every time he bled, he could hear it now, the whispers in the back of his mind, the quiet voice that promised him strength in exchange for his soul. He could feel it clawing at his heart, threatening to unravel everything he held dear. The memories of his mother's last words echoed in his ears. "Don't you let it change you, Ryuto." But as much as he tried to hold on to her words, he could feel them slipping away. The rage, the hatred, the pain, it was all too much. He was losing himself. What was left of Ryuto Kageyama? Was he still the person his family had hoped for? Or had he become the very thing he sought to destroy? The eclipse was coming, and with it, the power that Ryuto had spent his entire life chasing. Some believed the event would bring an end to the darkness, while others feared it would herald the end of the world. But for Ryuto, it was more personal. It was his final chance to break free of the chains that bound him, the chains made of fear, guilt, and rage. Night after night, Ryuto was plagued by dreams, visions of his family, his mentor Hakim, and worst of all, a dark figure who seemed to mirror him, a twisted reflection of his own soul. "You cannot escape it, Ryuto," the figure whispered. "You cannot outrun the darkness that lives within you." He had searched for answers in ancient texts, in forgotten ruins, and in the forbidden corners of the world. But the more he uncovered, the less he understood. The deeper he dug, the more tangled the web became. His connection to the darkness wasn't just a curse, it was a part of him. Something older and more dangerous than he had ever imagined. What if it's not a curse? Ryuto thought. What if it's my destiny? As the eclipse drew near, Ryuto's world began to unravel. The weight of his past, the sins he had committed, and the enemies he had made started to bear down on him all at once. But none of that was as painful as the truth he was about to discover. Ren, the brother he had sworn to protect, the one person he had trusted above all others, was not who he seemed to be. The truth hit Ryuto like a wave crashing on jagged rocks. Ren had been the one to set him on this path, the one who had fed the darkness that now consumed him. "It was never about saving you, Ryuto." Ren's voice was cold and cruel. "I never wanted you to be the hero. I wanted you to be my tool, my weapon." Ryuto's heart stopped. "No," he whispered, the word barely escaping his lips. "You were the one who made me this way. You used me." Ren's face twisted into a wicked smile, one that Ryuto had never seen before. "I needed you to become stronger, and when you did, I would be the one to control you." Everything Ryuto had fought for, his vengeance, his family, his brother, had been a lie. The betrayal tore through him like a blade. His mind spun, and for a moment, he couldn't tell where the darkness ended and where he began. Why didn't you tell me?" Ryuto shouted, his voice raw with pain. But Ren only laughed. "You wouldn't have believed me. You were blinded by your need for revenge." Now, standing on the precipice of everything he had ever known, Ryuto had to make a choice. His sword trembled in his hand as he faced his brother. The eclipse was upon them, its power swirling around them, an ancient force that threatened to consume everything. Ren was at his mercy, and yet Ryuto could feel the darkness inside him screaming for vengeance. It was as if the very force that had corrupted him now demanded that he finish what he started. But something had shifted inside Ryuto. He remembered the moments of love he had shared with Ayumi, the woman he had loved, and the bond he had with his family before it all fell apart. He remembered the dreams his mother had for him. Was he really willing to destroy everything for vengeance? Could he let go of the rage that had defined him? "Do I kill him and end this, or do I walk away and let go of everything I've fought for? Ryuto asked himself, his heart torn between the paths. With a single breath, Ryuto made his choice. He lowered his sword. I won't become the monster you wanted me to be, Ren. But the battle wasn't over. It was only just beginning. Just as Ryuto turned to walk away, a voice echoed through the darkness. Ayumi stepped from the shadows, her face drawn with sorrow and regret. Ryuto, it's not over. Ren was only the beginning. The true enemy has been watching you both, waiting for the right moment. Ryuto froze. What do you mean? He asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Ayumi's eyes filled with tears. The darkness isn't just in you. It's in everything. And now, it's awake. From the shadows, a new figure emerged, Hakim, the one man Ryuto had trusted. You've been following the wrong path all along, Ryuto. The true enemy isn't Ren. It's far more dangerous than you can imagine. Ryuto's heart sank as the realization hit him. The eclipse had only been the first step in a larger plan, one that he had unwittingly become a part of. It's not too late to stop it, Ayumi whispered, reaching out to him. But you have to make a choice, and it will cost you everything. Ryuto looked at his mentor, his love, and the broken pieces of his past. The true battle had just begun. What will Ryuto do next? Will he sacrifice everything to fight the darkness within, or will he give in to the chaos? Leave your theories and thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to see what happens next in Ryuto's journey. The battle for his soul is far from over.